My name's Jason Reim. I am the Senior Manager of Product Partnerships at Checkr. Been with
Okay, we're here at Transform, and we've got a special guest to interview here. This is Jason from Checkr, and Jason's going to tell us a little bit about what Checkr's doing in the partnerships and alliances side, and get to know a little more about Checkr. And I'll let Jason introduce yourself and a little bit about the company.
For sure. Yeah, thanks, Ward. Thanks for having me. And my name's Jason Reim. I am the Senior Manager of Product Partnerships at Checkr. Been with Checkr almost 3 years now. And at Checkr, we're an API-first background check company. We've been around for about 10 years. And what makes us unique is that technology approach to background checks, making background checks faster, more efficient, and fairer, to be frank. So, from the partnerships perspective, we like to meet our customers where they are. So whether that's an applicant tracking system, an HRIS payroll provider, our philosophy is that we need to be integrated into as many platforms as possible to make lives easier for that hiring manager that's going through recruiting, going through onboarding.
Nice. It sounds like you got a lot to cover. So here at Transform, there's a lot of great companies. You might be the only background check company here, so you got a good corner in the market. But there's a lot out there, and a lot of partnerships going on, particularly on. So some of the. Do you have some partners here? And what are you looking for more partners? Where's your partnership program going in terms of some of the groups that might be here, if you want to mention them, or others that are coming in the future?
Yeah, for sure, and that's why we love being at these, HR Transform type conferences, right? A lot of our current partners are also sponsoring, so it's great to meet face to face. A lot of times there's often mutual opportunities that are at these conferences, so how can we work with them to co-sell those opportunities? A lot of HR buyers are looking for an easier way to onboard, for example, so maybe they're thinking about using Bamboo HR and also want background checks seamlessly integrated into Bamboo, which we have, right? So it's really advantageous for us to be at these conferences to not only meet with the partners, but also listen to the customers and figure out, what systems they're using, what's the opportunity for Checkr to be integrated into those other systems. So I always have, I'm always keeping an eye out for different platforms that we're not yet integrated into, and like to get those conversations started at these types of shows as well.
Nice. No, it's good to explore the ecosystem and try to fit in better for the common customers that are coming and the ones you have now, of course. So you've been in the HR tech space for quite a while. How do you see the industry changing a little when it comes to on the data and then also the deals, if you will? Do you see any changes coming?
Yeah, it's funny that the landscape is always changing, and it's, I think, as a company that's looking to grow, it's how do you forecast that change? How do you keep up with that change? For us, there's a lot of competitors in the space, but I think what differentiates us and has differentiated us is the technology behind it. So, the more we can adapt from a technology standpoint, the better we'll be able to serve our customers, and that's kind of our philosophy, right? It's like, as long as we're doing things in the right way and keeping that customer in mind and adapting our technology, we'll really, I think we'll be at the forefront of a lot of deals where customers are saying, hey, I'm evaluating 3 or 4 different background check providers. What makes Checkr unique? Well, it's our ability to adapt as a technology company.
So in terms of adapting the technology, I would think the partners would find value in that as well, because every customer is a little different and they're trying to figure out how can we best onboard, and particularly if they're in different regions of the country or elsewhere. How does that help you in terms of aligning with your current partners and even potential partners? Is that flexibility something that's important to them from a collaborative standpoint?
Yeah, 100%. One of the things that we launched in the past year was the ability for new partners to not have to build to our API. We have a product that we came out with from the partnership standpoint called Checkr Embeds. They're pre-built JavaScript components that any partner, large or small, can use to bake in that background check workflow into their platform.
It's like a Stripe.
Exactly. So it's a lot easier to go to market. It's easier for those partners to build a background check integration. Historically, they would work with a background check provider, have to build a custom UI. We have those components built in. So that's just one example of some of those innovations that we're developing that make it easier for our partners, and then in turn, when they can go to market faster with a solution, easier for their customers.
Wow. Yeah, that's great. It's about making it easier for the customer, right? And collaborating on that. That's great. That's what it's all about. And it's really great to hear an update from you, Jason, and a lot of great things coming up from Checkr. So we'll be following and looking to learn the news. So thanks for your time today, and thanks for sharing with the community.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for having me. This was great.